Escape Electric Vehicles. We are India's first exclusive showroom for Svitch electric cycles. Without much ado, I'll straight go into the products that we have on display here at our exclusive store in Bangalore on St. Mark's Road at Prestige Delta. We have the Svitch bikes coming in three variants. What you have on top is the Svitch MXE, that is the kids version. Then we also have the Svitch XE and the XE Plus. Now these are the models that are for adults. In terms of the build quality, the overall components that are going into making all of these three bikes, they are similar, but the only difference is in terms of the mileage that you get out of these bikes. On a full charge, just using the throttle without using it as a cycle, that is if you don't use the pedal assist mode and use these just as e-bikes, the ranges of these cycles are 40 km, 60 and 80. However, since they are not just e-bikes, they also have pedal assist, so easily, depending on how much you pedal, on an average you can add another 20 km to the range. So the MXE should give you a range of 60, the XE will give you a range of 80, and the XE Plus should easily give you a range of around 100-120 km on one charge. If you're wondering how difficult is it to charge, we have a fast charger and it's a regular 5 amp socket that you need to plug it in your house or in your office or in your garage. No fuss, it takes 2.5 hours for you to give it a full charge, and each of these charges on average will last you, as I told you, 80 to 120 kilometers depending on your usages. First we'll be talking about the features of the entry segment, that is the MXE. The MXE comes in two color variants. We have it in blue, that's on display on the wall mount here, and we also have it in orange, that's behind me. The adult bikes comes in 5 different color options. We have it in red, we have it in yellow, we have it in the same blue on display there, and we also have it in black and in grey. Now the grey bike is parked behind me here as well, and the black is right now out of frame, but we'll show you the black bike later on in the video. So the entry segment for the kids comes in 2 colors and the adults comes in 5 different colors. Now going into the tech specs of these bikes, the MXE is powered by a 250 watt hub motor, that's a 36 volts motor. The basic difference between all of these bikes, as I mentioned earlier in the video, was the endurance level. Now this MXE model has an 8.6 Ah battery, the XE has 11.6, and the top end model, the XE Plus, has a 14.5 Ah battery. That's the biggest battery that's right now currently available in the Indian market. As you can see, these are really powerful bikes, so we don't want to compromise on the quality or the ride quality. So it's got efficient braking provided by dual disc brakes, that are the 160mm dual disc brakes. All of these bikes have suspensions. We have a dual suspension in the front and a mono at the back, and we are using mozo suspensions both in the front and in the rear. All of these bikes come with 300 lux lights and a display. The only difference is the display for the MXE is an on-throttle display, which we'll show you later on in the video where we have a demo bikes parked outside the store. The MXE has an on-throttle display, the XE has a basic backlit LED display, and the XE Plus has a full LCD display. Moving on to the gear system. Again, we do not want to compromise on the quality, so we have got the best gear systems that are available in the world. Is the Shimano gear that is being driven on all of these three vehicles. We have the Shimano 7-set gear system for the MXE. The same Shimano 7 is what is also driving the XE. The difference between XE and XE Plus is the XE Plus has a 8 speed change Shimano gear set. Moving on to the adult bikes, as you can see, there's not much of a difference in terms of the framework. It's all exactly the same, but the only difference between the XE and the XE Plus is this has the 7-speed gear, this has 8 gears, backlit LED, and this has a full LCD screen. The main component that is driving this is the hub motor. The Svitch XE has the inbuilt Svitch 250 watt 48 volt motor, while the Svitch XE Plus has the 250 watt 48 volt motor from Bafang. Yes, you heard it right, we actually have the internationally renowned Bafang motor that is driving the XE Plus, that's the high-end model. If you can come closer, I'll also show you a few other features that actually make this unique. And whenever you take this on the road, people are always asking you questions like, is this an international make and where is this from, is it imported? The best part is this is a Make in India product. It's manufactured in our country, in Ahmedabad, and the Indianness of this comes in terms of the design, the aesthetics and the ergonomics of design. Unlike most of the traditional bikes which had nuts and bolts and you need to carry a whole toolkit along with you to increase the height or the saddle or various other things, here the entire bike just works on clamps. I'll be showing you all a video later on in terms of how we'll be using the clamps. Everything on this bike is just on a clamp system. You just need to clamp it on and clamp it off, from raising your saddle to your handlebar, and for you to also brake the bike later on. Yes, you heard me right. This also is foldable. So everything is very easy. You pretty much just need a minute for you to pretty much figure out, depending on your height and what your basic ride state is. You can pretty much do everything in just using 2 fingers, using all of these clamps. It also has foldable pedals, as you can see. Everything is very easily designed. The basic difference, or rather the most important difference between the XE and the XE Plus is this is the only bike in the country which actually has regenerative braking. Yes, you heard me right. Although it is powered by a lithium-ion battery, the power that's getting wasted on the high-end model every time that you brake, there is absolutely no power loss. Whatever juice is getting lost while you're braking actually comes back and feeds the battery. However, it's not enough for the battery to self-charge like the traditional dynamos, but we make sure that there's absolutely no wastage of power when it comes to the high-end model. Alright, so what we'll be taking you through the next couple of minutes is how easy it is for us to dismantle this bike. As I told you earlier in the video, everything is just on a clamp system. Ingenuity of design comes in all the clamps that has been placed at the cycles at all the critical points. Before we break the cycle in half at the middle, one important thing we also need to do is make sure that the handle part is collapsed as well. As you can see, we have a safety knob here. And then close on completely. Once that is done, you can also collapse the pedals. As easy as that. Turn off the ignition. Open up this small little clamp here, and then this opens out. Just use the support of your leg. And as we told you earlier in the video as well, once the whole cycle is folding, you have a clamp that's been made here at the stand, so that's where the bike actually sits. In the video we will be showing you how is it that is we can charge the electric cycles. There are 2 ways of doing this. The first way is the most straightforward way. Just imagine this is your garage, your place of work. All you need to do is you need to have a regular 5-amp socket on the wall. It has a standard adapter, decent size length of the cable, giving you ply of almost close to like 6 to 8 feet. Place the cycle as close to the wall as you can. In the frame, you will see a small little opening here, which is covered otherwise by this rubber bush to make sure the water doesn't get in. Below the adapter cable, plug it into the battery. As simple as that. And during charge and discharge, you make sure that your ignition is always turned off. That's a safety precaution. It is turned off. And as simple as that. If in case you do not have a charging point in your garage or in your office or wherever it is that you're going to be parking the vehicle, we have the foldability feature. Once the vehicle folds down, we have a safety lock that's actually attached on to the battery itself, and the battery's got a handle. First, you open up the handle, keep it ready for it to be dismounted. Take out the key and it slides out. As simple as that. Let's go to the table. This is your standard adapter. It goes into your 5-amp wall socket. You just need to plug it in. And as you can see, the light turns red. That means it's charging. That's as easy as it gets. And we also have 3 demo bikes that's parked outside, and I'll be happy to take you all through the demo of all of these bikes parked outside.